Hey everybody, Jake here, and today we're going to take a look at an American-made pen. This is a Kara's Customs Fountain K. This is a fantastic, fantastic EDC pen. I don't use it for that for several reasons. My jeans are too skinny for that. That's a different discussion. So real quick, we'll just run over some specs like normal, do some size comparisons, get to the like, neutral, and dislike of this pen. Okay, first up, the diameter of the body is going to be 12.6, diameter of the cap without the clips, 12.6, diameter of the cap with the clip, ramps up pretty big there, you can kind of see that, that's going to be 17. Diameter of the grip is 8.6, this is a pretty narrow kind of grip. Length of the body is going to be 120 without the nib, length of the cap is 52, length of the nib is 15.8, length overall closed is 130. Weight of the body is 16 grams, which is 0.6 ounces. Weight of the cap is 9 grams, 0.3 ounces. So overall is 25 grams, 0.9 ounces. Hope you can do math. Okay, so this pen is solid milled aluminum, made by a company called Kara's Customs. It's owned by a man named Bill Karas, and they have a shop in Arizona, if I'm correct. And they started off making like phone cases and stuff, but now they make pens. They have several in their lineup, including the Fountain K, which is my first, probably not going to be my only, but my first experience with their pens. I got this in the tumbled raw aluminum finish, which I think looks great. They had said in one of their videos, one of the goals was to where it could, they wanted the pen to look like you could pull it out of like your grandfather's toolbox and it would fit right in. And with this kind of finish, I definitely get that from it, except for the clip, which doesn't really throw off the aesthetic too much. You can always remove that if you'd like to. But it just looks like a tool. And because of the build and stuff, it essentially is. So let's go ahead and get into some size comparisons here. We'll go ahead and bring out the Lamy LX, which is going to be a little bit longer than that. Jinhao X750, again a little bit longer, fairly, not a super small pen, but kind of small pen. And I'll move this up some and bring out the Visconti Rembrandt back to black, which is again a little bit larger than this pen. So this was the first expensive pen I bought. I purchased this along with a TWSBI Eco, which I've now sold off around Christmas last year. So this was the first pen that I bought that was more expensive than the Eco. These, you can get them from Kara's Customs website. I think they're starting to phase them out, actually. But these are about $80, which is a massive jump from $30, especially for a pen. When I tell people that, they kind of freak out. But if you use fountain pens a lot, it's not such a bad thing. And if you use fountain pens for EDC, this is the one I would highly recommend. Especially if you're, in kind of a rougher environment or your pockets get stuff banged up against them a lot. This is a good pen. There's actually videos of Brian Goulet throwing this across a parking lot and also running it over with his car. It's pretty entertaining, and it got a little scuffed up, but you're not really going to notice if you have this finish here. But the milling job is just fantastic. It's really good. But let's go ahead and get into the likes before I get ahead of myself. I'm just going to go and jump right into that one then. The build quality. Build quality on this is fantastic. The tolerances are great. There is a transition here, but running your finger across it, you can barely feel it. Also, removing the cap, it closes very securely. You can kind of hear that. The knurling in the metal, love it. It helps out a lot when you're trying to open it up, or you can just use the kind of the clip. It's kind of a bar to twist it open. It does twist open. And you have the pen, and the pen, again, the build quality is just so good. This pen just feels fantastic. It's fairly heavy for a fountain pen. It's not insanely heavy. You can get this in bronze and copper, which go way, 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 way heavier. Let me actually pull up the weight of the copper one here, just for comparison. So this pen, again, overall weight is going to be 25 grams. which for you knife guys and Americans who measure in ounces is 0.9 ounces, almost an ounce. The weight of the copper is 75 grams, 2.6 ounces. That is a heavy, heavy pen. With that, you're getting in knife territory. I mean, that's as heavy as the CRKT Fulcrum here, more or less. That's heavy. For a pen, that's insane. But because of the density of the material and stuff, it's great build quality. Even the clip, this isn't on the good list. It's actually on the bad. But the clip's super durable. I mean, you're not going to bend it or anything. Good luck even getting it open to get over your jeans. But just the whole thing is just, the fit and finish is just fantastic over the entirety of the pen. And it does accept cartridges and converters. Standard International comes with a converter and comes with several cartridges, which is really good of them to throw that in. And it opens and shut very reliably. It does take quite a few turns to open it up. It actually takes, let's see, I got 1 3/4, 1 3/4, however you want to say that. So it's not going to come loose in your pocket. And this isn't like a pop cap, which would be terrible with the weight of this pen because it would probably fall out. So this is great if you need something durable like that. Next up is going to be the section. I like the section on this. The grip of I have the raw aluminum section. Just finish out the whole thing, and you can customize these on the website and get different colored, whatever you want, really. They have a bunch of anodized aluminum choices and stuff like that. But the section's a little thin for me. I prefer right around the 10. And again, this is 8.6. So, but it's contoured very, very well to kind of fit your grip. And it does have threads here which might interfere. My thumb runs over them. But they're not sharp by any means. They're very well milled out. So it fits in my hand fairly well. It's just a little thin for me. Let's see. I guess the last couple things on the like list here are going to be the reliability and durability and the price. So this is an extremely durable pen. There's no way you can actually see the Blake on my thumbs in that. There's no way you're going to bend this pen or break it or anything like that. Even at the cap, it should be the weakest section. Super, super durable pen. It's built to last, and that's what it's going to do. And even if your fountain pen nibs are fragile, so even if you do end up breaking this, you can actually just unscrew it. I'm getting ink everywhere, and you can kind of see it coming out there. I'm not going to remove it because there's ink in here. You can just unscrew it and replace the nib. You can get nib units for about $20 if you want the stainless steel, which is what I have here, or you can get gold or even titanium, I believe. I'm not positive on the Fountain K, but I know in the Karas Kustoms ink you can get titanium nibs, which is kind of semi-flexible, like gold, I suppose. Not semi-flexible, but has a little bit of spring to it. I wouldn't flex titanium. I've heard of it actually springing the tines fairly easily. And it's always reliable. This pen always writes 100% of the time. I've never had any flow issues out of the thing. They are using Bock nibs, which, I guess they're okay. A lot of companies go through Bock or Yovo for the nibs, and these on here are fantastic. The nib itself isn't stellar or anything by any means, but it writes very reliably, which is kind of what you want if you are going to use this in EDC. Last thing is price. Again, $80 for this pen. This is made in America, so you are going to pay that USA tax. But it's a really durable, really good pen. And, below $100, you're really not going to get a gold nib anyway, so, why not? If you're okay with the weight, the look, and everything else of this pen, go ahead and get it for $80. It's great at that price. On to some neutral stuff. First up is the nib. It's okay. It's not super smooth. It's not scratchy. It's kind of feedbacky, but it's not terrible. It writes. It's a medium. Writes like a medium. No real complaints there, but it's just kind of eh. Next up, on the neutral list is it's just a cartridge converter. It's not a bad thing. It's not super exciting. I really don't think they could do anything else with this material, just because ink would corrode the barrel, so you can't eyedropper this or anything. So they really didn't have much of a choice there, but I figured I'd list it on neutral just to inform you guys. The length I'm kind of neutral about. This is a somewhat short pen. I'm gonna kind of give an uncapped side by side here of the Lamy again, because these are fairly popular pens. About the same thing as the Rembrandt. It's just kind of a shorter pen. The only difference is this has a smaller nib than the Rembrandt, which you can kind of see there. So you got that going on as well. It's by no means a tiny pen. It's compact. They do offer a mini version of this called the Mini Fountain K, which I would probably actually prefer if it posted. I'm not sure if it does because this pen does not, which is actually on the neutral list. Last thing here is that it can't post. It can, but don't. It's just using the threads, and it posts super shallowly. I'm just going to give you a reference. Posts by that much. So like a quarter of an inch. And this pen is very, very, very long when posted. I wouldn't post it. It scratches it up. You may actually dent the threads on the inside of the cap. I would just avoid that altogether. Okay, on to the bad. Two things really, because this is a pretty good pen. It's kind of boring. I almost wish I'd gone with a different color. That was my choice. So, you know. But it's kind of boring. And I don't use this as an EDC for several reasons, including the next bad thing, the clip. This is the stiffest clip I have ever seen in my life. Well, on a pen. It's very, 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 very stiff. If you just compare this to, like, you know, the Lamy, the wire clip, you can get pretty good bit of lift out there. It also has a ramp for going in your jeans. And this has a ramp too, but you're not fitting that down over anything. In order to put this in jeans, you're pretty much gonna have to lift, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. This is it's a milled clip, so it has no spring to it. The only clip I can think of that's worse is actually on this Kaiser. Oh God, what is this? KI 3411-2 Clacker design. This clip sucks, which I'll get to in the review, but it has about the same amount of lift off because it's titanium, and they did a terrible job with the clip. But this one here is milled, and it comes off about that much. They're both a pain in the ass to get in your jeans, or over whatever. I wouldn't even try to put this in a shirt over a shirt collar, to be honest. Or not a shirt collar, a shirt pocket. Definitely don't put this in a collar. Look like an insane person. But it would probably tear up a dress shirt. It's really grippy. It's not going to fall out of your jeans once you manage to get it in there. But it's a whole different story. Okay, on to a writing sample. So again, this is a fairly good writing pen. You can see my Visconti stuff right above there because I did that review just before this. Of course, it's gonna give me some skipping issues at the beginning because I tried to unscrew the nib like an idiot. But very good writing. For those of you curious, this ink I actually picked up in Japan. It is Bungbox June Bride something blue. It is beautiful. Me and my wife got married in June. I love turquoise, so I had to pick this up. And also, they're much, much cheaper in Japan. I think those are $35 or something for a bottle, which is still expensive, but it's cheaper than buying them here in the States. I'll kind of give you a nice look at the ink. It's a beautiful, beautiful turquoise color. But this is a really good pen. If you're looking for something and you like, you know, made in, I didn't mean to put the apostrophe there. It doesn't have an apostrophe in Kara's. It's his last name. If you're looking for a made in America pen, if that's something that you want, this is a very good option. I don't know of too many others out there, especially not in this price range. And you know, they're they're coming out with new models as well. They have this. They have the mini Fountain K. They have the ink. They're coming out with a new one, which I'm really hyped for because I love Art Deco design stuff. It's called the Kara's Customs Decograph. It's coming out supposedly this month, so I'm really looking forward to that. May pick that up. And they have a whole line of Roll and Ballpoint, which is what they got to start in. But their fountain pens are pretty good. I would definitely give them a look. And for $80, you really can't go wrong. On a side note, I am looking to sell this pen. No issues with it. I just don't use it enough. So, if anyone who watches this video is interested, just leave a comment or message me or whatever. Maybe we can set something up. If not, then I will probably be selling this on Reddit's PenSwap forum. You should check that out if you're into fountain pens. Some great prices there. Alright, this has already run long enough, so I will go ahead and let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for my next review. Thanks, guys. Bye.